Hey, what is up guys, this is Yusuf here from TechDroids and welcome to the $4,300 gaming PC build. Yes, I said $4,300. I know it's overkill and you don't have to spend like $4,000, $5,000 on a gaming PC if you just spend it on the PC and you're not going to use 720p monitor with that again, and you're going to use original Windows, you're going to use some original games. So I don't feel that this PC is worth it for normal day-to-day use, but this is for the small niche. If you want the higher performance, if you care about even the single FPS, if you even care about the frames per second, if even the single frames performance improvement. Now this is not going to get you anything ridiculously faster than the $1,500 gaming PC build that I did about 3 days ago. That is in the link. The link is in the description below, so you can check it out. But it's not gonna get you some 30 FPS more than that PC. It's gonna be the same, but this PC can do a whole lot more, like video editing and serious 3D intensive tasks and a whole lot more. But you're gonna spend a lot more as well. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. $4,300 gaming PC build. All the parts are mentioned in this video are linked in the description below and will be available on Amazon.com. So without any further ado, let's check it out. What can you get for $4,300 in the PC market? For the CPU, I went with the Intel Core i7-6850K Skylake. Now this is a hexa-core CPU. That means it has 6 cores and it can clock up to 3.8 GHz and it can also be overclocked. Now it's the EVGA 14A. It has 15 megabytes of cache and that is really good. It costs $609 and $610 nearly. So it's a really good CPU. It can handle 4K video editing, 4K gaming in dual monitors. It can get you 60 above FPS in 4K at all the games. This CPU is seriously a beast. To house that CPU, I went with the ASUS V3 5-way optimization safe slot X99 80X motherboard. Now this is the LGA 2011 motherboard. It's the DELUXE 2, cost $419. Now that is the cost of a $400 gaming PC which I've done, and I guess you are not gonna get like 50 to 100 times better performance than that PC, but the motherboard itself costs $419. It supports Thunderbolt 3, USB Type-C and USB 3.1. Seriously amazing motherboard. It has SLI Plus and all the features that you expect from a high-end motherboard. For the memory, it was the question of how much, and I went with the CORSAIR Vengeance LPX 64 gigabytes of freaking RAM, DDR4 DRAM 2666 MHz, 16 gigabytes into 4, and this costed me $320. Again, this is the cost of the $300 gaming PC build that I did earlier in this year. Seriously, this PC has some expensive parts, but 64 GB RAM is overkill. You don't need more than 16 for most of the tasks, but if you seriously want to do some high-end tasks like video editing and 3D intensive tasks, you might require 32 gigs, but 64 gigs is just the high-end slot. I could have even gone for 128 gig, but I know if I would have gone for 128 gigs of DDR4 RAM, you guys would have been killing me right now. And this motherboard doesn't have 8 slots to fit that much of RAM, and no way that you require that much RAM in your PC, but 64 gigs would be enough for mostly everything you throw at it in this world. Now for primary storage, I went with the WD Western Digital 4TB desktop hard disk. Now this is 7200 RPM, 64 megabytes of cache, a hard drive that will do your job for your storage. Now this costs $250. The hard drive also costs $250. Seriously, a heck of a PC this one. $250, 4 terabytes, and all your Steam library, all your videos, music and movies can be stored on this. Now for the faster storage, I went with the Toshiba OCZ RD400 series solid state drive. Now this is a NVMe PCIe NVMe drive. This is a M.2 1 terabyte SSD. It supports MLC flash, and this is a heck of a fast SSD. This is the fastest SSD you can get, like the NVMe drives. This is a different kind of drive. This is not your off-the-shelf SSDs that you can grab for $100. These are a really good drives. Now it has read speeds up to 2.6 gigabytes and write speeds up to 1.6 gigabytes. Now the speeds itself tell you how fast these drives are. It costed $770 for 1 terabyte. It's a M.2, so we have a M.2 slot in the ASUS V3 motherboard, X99 ATX motherboard, and a serious fast drive. So for the PSU, it was a confusion for me because I'm running two graphic cards in this video. So I went with the EVGA Supernova 1300 watt power supply, the 80 plus gold certified fully modular power supply. Now this is no way required. This is the most overkill power supply you can ever buy. It cost $195. This is seriously not required, but I just wanted to be on the safer side of this PC because you have a lot of stuff in it. So for that sake, I went with the 1300 watt power supply. You can go anything below 1000 and above 600. Anything will do the job. 850 is the minimum, I guess, for a dual graphics card, which I am running. So 200 watts more than that. You can go for 900 watt or 1000 watt PSU, but for the safety, I went for 1300 watts. Now for the cooling system, for cooling that Core i7 beast, I went with the Cooler Master V8 GDS high performance CPU cooler. Now this looks something straight out of the Transformers movie. It has a horizontal vapor chamber and this thing just looks wicked. It costs $90 and it'll offer some amazing cooling for your CPU. Now for the case, I went with the Phanteks Entho series Primo AL. This is the EH-DS813D black. Now this costs $230. This is amazing cost for a case, guys. Seriously, this is not something you should be buying every day for a gaming PC. But yeah, I like doing overkill stuff, but this thing just looks sexy. It's gorgeous in the way it is. So that is it, I guess. Are we forgetting something in this PC build? I don't think so. Yeah, guys. So for the graphic card, I went with dual Nvidia MSI GeForce GTX 1080s, 8GB of GDDR5X memory, and DirectX 12 and VR ready. This is not just VR ready. This is gonna kill VR in the ass, guys. Serious VR machine. Now, dual 1080s can do anything you throw at it. Even one 1080 can play any game in 4K. It supports up to 8K resolutions. You can even do gaming in 8K. Well, good luck though at that resolution. You're not gonna get some good frame rates, but you can play any game in 4K. For that reason, I went with two GTX 1080s. These are DirectX 12 compatible. Each costs $699. So the total of both graphic card was $1,400, and these will just do everything you want them. Now this wraps up the $4,300 overkill gaming PC build, the ultimate gaming PC build. Now there's one more overkill PC build coming, and it's gonna be double the price of this one. Anywhere, you guys can drop a comment and guess the price, but there's some overkill stuff coming on the channel. I'm gonna do the budget ones as well, but these are some special requests, so I'm completing them before. And that wraps it up, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up. Please don't hate on this video because it was really costly. Just enjoy the parts and think about the performance you would get on this kind of an amount. And this is Yusuf, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.